Hello and welcome to another episode of Arena FPS News, episode 12, may I say. And we have a special guest, such a special guest, because he's been away for a while. I've been heartbroken, but now my life is more complete.
You've been heartbroken.
I've been heartbroken.
You've had internet.
I have, but
I've been heartbroken.
It's not been the same without, being wrecked by you on games every night. But we have Niel back for those who are completely missing this this moment. Say hello, Niel.
Hello, everyone.
So, there's been a lot happening. UT4, or whatever they're calling it, I think it's just Unreal Tournament, has had a major graphics update on one patch, on one map even, and a patch with a new background on the home screen, new music, some stuff added to the marketplace, new character models. What are your thoughts?
I think they know they're at a point where they need to start making the game look hot to get people in.
Yeah.
I think they know the game's at a good enough point where people can start playing if they start making it look sexy. And that's what's happened. People are covering like loads of UT stuff now this has happened.
Yeah.
People are big companies are covering it and stuff. The map looks nice as well.
Yeah, it really does. We'll have some background footage for you guys. And so this week it's been GDC, which is a game developers conference. And they announced that the engine's going to be free for people to use. And I think they've used it as kind of like a tech demo for the engine. And Unreal Tournament's always really been a tech demo for the current Unreal Engine. And I think they're kind of continuing down that lineage. And there's no better way to do it, I don't think. It looks great. I mean, the music alone, have you heard the music yet? On the home screen?
No, I'm still trying to catch up on everything. I've seen the map and that's about it.
Yeah, so the music on the home screen is I think it's done by one of the original composers. And it's so good. It's new, but it's got kind of throwbacks to the original score, and it puts you in that world again. It does a really good job of immersing you. You guys should definitely check out UT now. I mean, there's mutators. You can play versus bots. You can play online versus real people. The map looks amazing. There's another textured map by, I can't remember the name of the guy who did it, but it's called Lea, and you can download it from the marketplace store. And oh my god, UT is so hyped right now.
You loving it?
I am, I really am. Amazing Reborn Show number 4. So, there's been controversy on the internets. Mr. Too Good.
On the internets?
On the internets, I know, who'd have thunk. Mr. Too Good, James Too Good, has revealed that the new kind of direction they're going is the Eggbot as the playable character. What do you think?
I'm in two minds. I can't really decide, because on the one hand, when he showed Eggbot, I thought, that is nice. I would have an action figure of that on my desk. And then he showed all the Eggbot variants, and I thought, oh man, they are so cool. And then he said, we might have it, so this is what you play as. And I thought, oh, really? So I don't know. I kind of like it, because on the one hand, it's memorable. It's got personality. It's not just, the next generic sci-fi robot.
Yeah, because
that people are going to forget.
To put into context, originally Eggbot was going to be a mascot, I think, for the game, and then they had a lot of positive feedback on Eggbot the first time he showed it, and then he was kind of in between the 2 weeks deliberating whether they should actually model it and turn it into a character. I like it. The original model was nice, but it was just like generic robot number 1000, whereas Eggbot, it might be a little bit gimmicky, but it's got instant character. It's got instant kind of if you see it, oh, that's from Reborn. You won't be like, oh, that's a robot from a shooter game. It's got instant brand recognition.
Yeah, one thing to take note of is how the guns work as well. They'll be attached to the arms.
Yeah.
It won't be holding a gun with both arms across the giant round chest.
Yeah. It'll be like an
arm
arm
I think
replacement.
Is an important part.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's an important thing to take note of.
Yeah,
yeah, it's kind of cool. I just want to play it at this point, so I don't really mind what happens. And I think the Eggbots are funny and pretty cool, so yeah, I can get on board with it.
And from what I understand, they're going to be releasing a updated alpha client this week, next Sunday, and that in May.
I don't know what we can expect to be in there.
I think pretty much what he's been showing off, so a login system and kind of updated tools to make assets. Kind of a more polished engine. I don't think much in terms of gameplay. It might have proper gameplay, but I don't think, from what I understand, the gameplay's actually moved forward much. It's the back-end systems, which
they've planned it, haven't they? They just haven't implemented it.
Yeah, and they're planning a Kickstarter in May, which was also deliberated on the Reborn stream. Kind of the things that people would want as different rewards, which I don't think really matters that much. You could just do anything, and it's a Kickstarter. Create some cosmetics, give some in-game stuff.
Yeah, most people are just going to get the game anyway.
Yeah, definitely. That was pretty much it, Reborn-wise, unless there's anything else you can think of I'm missing.
No,
the minigun. They changed the barrels on the minigun. They made it a little bit more chunky. The chambers for it. I don't know. I understand guns. Whatever those things are, barrels. That's the word. They reduced the number of them and made them a bit chunkier, which I kind of like. And they've modelled the rocket launcher in game.
I'm still not totally on board with the rocket launcher. I really like the minigun. I really like it now with the latest version. But I think the rocket launcher, I don't like the little pistons on the side, and I don't think it's very memorable.
Yeah, the rocket launcher could do with it. Maybe it's kind of just texturing and like colouring it would help a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I don't know, but I do like the minigun, and I'm semi on board with the Eggbots. I think they're cool, but I think I just want a gritty game a bit too much, and that's holding me back from being fully on board with it. But I think I'll just fall in love with them once I have my own Eggbot.
I think like gritty games have been done so many times in the arena FPS scene. Like you got Wickland, you've got Reflex is pretty gritty. It's not like fun friendly. You've got UT, which is meant to be gritty universe. You've got Quake, which is a gritty universe. They're all kind of the same. They're from the same mold, and doing something a bit different, I think, might be quite nice.
Yeah, as long as it's not Bison's Party, I think I can be alright with it.
I don't know what that is, but
that's that. It's like Care Bears arena FPS game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, stray away from that. Will be fine, I think.
Yeah. Oh, and there's some updated art for the like levels, which look fine. I mean, at this point, until you've actually got the actual levels mapped out, it's kind of hard to really, from my perspective, comment on the art style.
Yeah, it looked a little bit cluttered. I'm not sure if he was that on board with it either. He said the black lines won't be on there, which maybe will make it seem a bit less cluttered.
Yeah, I think so. So what's next?
Reflex has got a patch.
Oh, it has a patch.
Yeah.
And it's not a major one, but one aspect of it I thought was quite interesting is the Mega. Now, the respawn time only ticks off once you've lost beyond the health you get from Mega. I think that's the best way to word it, right? Yeah,
so if you pick up Mega, when you take 100 health, then the 30-second respawn timer for Mega will start.
Yeah.
So you've got to be aware of what's happening in the fights more than just cycling the items as you would normally.
I think it might force more engagements, which I kind of like, and it might favour the person with the stack more. I think until people have actually played with it for some time, it's hard to say.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's quite cool. It makes people have to be more aware when they're doing things. So
yeah,
I'm happy to see it play out, unless it turns out to be stupid, which I don't think it will be.
Yep. They've also removed kind of the being damaged through walls, which was a bug. So if you're like standing at red, you could kind of hit the wall behind it and do quite significant damage to the person with the red armor on arrow walk. By the way,
it says it penetrates 9 units of wall.
Yeah.
So maybe I think they did that so mappers could choose whether they wanted it to go through walls or not.
Yeah.
So they can make the maps how they want it to be.
Yeah. Whereas before, I think it was like much more than that, as far as I'm aware.
And they've prevented stair armor bullshit, as they wrote it, which basically means that being one stage higher than someone else on a set of stairs won't stop you being hit by the splash damage of rocket launchers. So that's a bit better as well.
Yeah, it's a positive change. They've also changed the background, which I'm not sure is an intentional change or not, but when the log on screen, you no longer see the kind of the duel being played out.
No, I'm actually happy about that. That's so annoying.
Yeah, it was a bit annoying. That they've lowered the volume on that as well, which is nice because I've got some friends who bought the game and like they were deafened when they loaded into the game the first time.
Yeah,
like,
you just
how do I
start
change the volume?
going off.
Yeah. So positive changes on that front.
Yep, I like it. Good update.
Yep. What's next?
Wickland.
Yep.
This has actually happened quite a while ago. We're being slow to catch up on this.
Yeah, this has happened the day after the last video, so bear with us on this. They've added ranks, pretty much.
Yeah, ranks, bot difficulty slider, some fixes to the maps. The HUD has been sized down a little bit, which is kind of a good idea from the screenshots I've seen. I still can't get my copy of the game working, so I don't know how good any of this is. I don't know if you've played it.
I've played a bit, but there was no one online, so I was just playing versus bots. I've played versus bots a few times, and it's quite fun. And the rank system it's nice to have in. Like, it's nice to kind of, you can see the dual win-loss when you're in a server with somebody before you actually jump into the game. But now you can see kind of the dual win-loss globally, which is nice to have.
So does it give you like a rank name or something?
It just gives you a rank number.
Okay. Yeah, people wanted ranked, so
yeah,
that's a good thing to
positive change. And again, it's good they're still updating things. They're not just releasing it and then leaving it to hang out.
Yeah, we still got those 2 maps incoming as well whenever they end up happening. So.
Yep. So Toxikk has announced a patch. They've not implemented it yet. I think it's coming this Friday. I'll have to just double check this quickly.
March 6th.
Yep, that's this Friday.
Yeah. So a new map, a new weapon, new features, and many fixes and changes. They call the map a new classic map.
Yeah, so I
don't know if
that's
them being
deathmatch,
really,
I guess.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if that was them being really keen about their map and being really predictive that it's going to be amazing, or if it meant it was going to be not vehicle mode.
Yeah, I assume it means not vehicle. I wonder what the weapon's going to be.
I think they have one more left to implement that they haven't already stuck in. I think you can find it on their website.
Oh, is it a melee weapon possibly?
I don't think they have a melee weapon. I'm trying to find the little section, but they had a list of weapons, and some of them weren't in the original alpha, the original beta when it got released. So.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing a new, like, hopefully it is a new non-vehicle map, because I'm not a big vehicle player myself, and I'm a little bit sick of playing that one kind of Chinatown. I can't remember the name of it. What's the name of that map? District something, possibly.
Chinatown's as good a name as any.
Yeah, it's basically like a small kind of neon, like team deathmatch / 3-4 map. It's alright. It's just I'm a bit sick of it now after playing it for a few hours.
Yeah, more maps is better.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have kind of a rotation. But that's really all there is to say on it. We'll have more information when it actually comes out.
QuakeCon has announced their Quake Lives tournament. Yes,
and I think we're both fairly confused about this.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm being stupider than everyone else is, but I've read through a long thread on ESR about it. I've read the PDF they attached on the QuakeCon website. I've read the QuakeCon website. I don't get it. I don't get what's happening.
Yeah, so it's like a team kind of trimaster. I guess that means it's like a triathlon. I think they were kind of describing it as. So like the teams will be playing different types of game modes to kind of see who's the best at the Quake in general.
And so 16 4-player teams in a triathlon comprised of capture the flag, team deathmatch, and duel. So
duel in particular wasn't particularly well defined of how it's going to work.
Yeah, I think during the TriMaster tournament, teams can nominate a player to be in the duel.
Yeah.
But it just sounds like they're going to nominate the same player every time. Like whichever team has Rafa is going to nominate Rafa, whichever team's got Evil is going to nominate Evil.
Yeah.
And then it said at the conclusion of the TriMaster tournament, the top 2 individual duelers selected by their team will then face off to claim an additional $8,000 and the title of Grandmaster Champion. I don't know if that's the top 2 duelers from the winning team or the top 2 duelers from the duel part of the TriMaster tournament. I don't know, or maybe it's the top 2 duelers from every team. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's confusing as fuck. But on the plus side, you know, team modes, it's nice to see some variety. On the downside, this might deter some of the duelers from going because they have to get a team together and they have to participate in game modes they wouldn't normally participate in and things like that.
Yeah.
So there's plus sides and downsides. But from a spectator point of view, I'm happy I'm going to be seeing something a little bit different. But I just hope that people still attend.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping to see a little bit more from, because this is the 20th QuakeCon,
Yeah, you think for the 20th QuakeCon they just have like an amazing duel tournament.
Yeah, they
And maybe
go
some stuff on the side.
all out. Like I'd like to see them do like their own version of the quad damage tournament we saw recently from Tasty Spleen. Yeah, something like that would be great. I think it'd be, you know, kind of like through the years of gaming, and I don't know why they wouldn't do something like that. But
yeah, someone suggested on ESR that they have a tri-master tournament, which was TDM, CTF, and Clan Arena.
all right,
And then have a dual tournament on the side, which seems to suit everyone's needs.
yeah,
Like, you can have the team player people going in for the tri-master tournament.
Yeah.
You can have the dual players going for the dual tournament, and because they're all going to the event anyway, they might participate in both. Some of them, and you know, it's the 20th anniversary of QuakeCon. You know, splash out a bit, and have a big deal. But maybe it will make more sense when it happens. You know,
They might even change plans. You never know. They might do something a bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're planning this before. Kind of, there's been definitely a resurgence of arena FPS interest, especially in the past couple of weeks. I don't know if they kind of planned this before that, and they might be like, oh, there's a lot more interest now. We might do something a bit bigger. But this is July to 23rd to 26th in Dallas, Texas.
I hope we can see Doom 4 stuff as well.
That'd be nice. That'd be cool.
I don't imagine they'll have QuakeCon and not show it. So.
Yeah. It might be worth just to mention, just on top of this, there was the final of the season to, was it season 16 of the ZFPS? I have to just check this up quickly.
The latest 125 FPS Cup was a big deal.
Season 22 Pro League. It's definitely worth checking out the VODs. I didn't manage to catch the whole thing. I'm going to check out the rest of it, even though Mr. Neeple here spoiled it for me. Grumble, grumble.
Sorry, I won't spoil it for anyone else. If anyone else hasn't seen it,
yeah,
just Glang you are.
But just me. But it was the matches I saw are really exciting and like really, really, really good. And there's an amazing kind of write-up on the 125 on the FPS Pulse website about kind of lots of stats from the season.
Warsow's got a beginners cup happening.
Yes,
which is nice.
It's
More beginners cups.
It's not big news, but Greth's article last week that we discussed, hopefully, and I think it has kind of invigorated the non-professional scene a bit more, kind of to do more tournaments, to get more new players involved in playing these games at kind of a competitive level. I think playing at a competitive level, but not necessarily a pro level, is really good for the scene. What are your thoughts?
It's nice. It's nice to give people a little way to get into it.
Yeah,
and it's nice. Sometimes it's nice watching. I mean, with Warsow, it's a little bit different because unless you're really big in the Warsow scene, I don't imagine you watch that much of it because they don't have that many tournaments. But it's nice to see players that aren't amazing at the game playing it.
Yeah, and
seeing different ways of how people who are less able play the game. I know it sounds weird, but it is nice to see. Like when Suit Live had some tournaments for some lower elo players.
Yeah,
it was just quite cool watching them do things that the pros would normally do.
Yeah,
I don't know. And it's nice to just give people a way in.
The casting also can be really quite informative because the casting can really focus on like the strengths and weaknesses that the player's exploiting or not exploiting in certain scenarios, whereas a pro player is just generally going to do the right thing most of the time. Like it's good to see the mistakes, and then the caster can kind of comment on the mistakes and say how the better way of doing it would be. So it's a really good kind of learning tool, I think, because often the pro play can be so high compared to the person watching, like the skill differential, that they might not actually pick that much up from watching a pro play, apart from just enjoying the experience of watching really good players face off against each other.
Yeah, it looks like that's being hosted by Style Mistake and Joe Marrow. I know Joe Marrow's on the Arena FPS sub, but well done to them too, because more beginners cups is probably a good idea.
Yeah, hopefully you can see them
people are getting into the genre as well.
Yeah, hopefully you can see them for the UT and the Reflex and the Wickland and all the other games as well.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. So I think that pretty much wraps up the news for this week. Thank you for watching. We're going to have some more content for you very soon, and we'll see you imminently.
Imminently.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.